Hello and welcome to another modern stream. Today we're gonna be playing a little brew by the mastermind, the mad mastermind that is Dominic Harvey. And we're gonna be playing Blue-Green Splendid Reclamation. I actually lost to this deck playing for the 5-0 yesterday, and I've been kind of wanting to play this pile for a while now. So I'm kind of excited to finally be able to give it a shot right now and kind of see how things go. The deck is super sweet, and the concept it's quite interesting. So the idea is you want to be milling yourself with Loam, with say the Wayfinder, and with Ashiok. We can mill ourselves with Ashiok as well. And then you want to use a Gracer, Explore, and Dryad to ramp. Of course, Uro as well. By the way, Uro is some nice little value that we get for free when we mill. And then basically, once we put our creature, all of our lands, sorry, in our graveyard, we can also cycle a bunch of our lands to put in our graveyard. Then we just gotta cast a Splendid Reclamation, and we either make a Bazillion Zombies with our triple Field of the Dead, or if we have a Dryad in play, we simply just Valakut them to death. So nothing else really to talk about besides the mana base. I love the addition of the cycling lands in the mana base because it's like a way that we can chalk through our deck while at the same time be fueling our Splendid Reclamation. So that is just such a nice touch. And besides that, we have some Mystic Sanctuary, so if we do mill our Splendid Reclamations, we can just get them back and draw them on the following turn. And then we also have a Canopy Land in Waterlogged Grove, Sagoth Triumph, another one that we can cycle, and a Ghost Squatter as our lone interaction land. Not much else in the form of value lands besides Oboro, which is it's a land that we can bounce. It's basically like a bounce land on demand. We can bounce it any time and play it, so we can get either field triggers or Valakut triggers. And finally, we have the sideboard. The sideboard, we have more Ashioks for matchups where Ashiok is good. Again, Ashiok has some pretty nice synergy with our own deck, even to begin with. So definitely Ashiok is a pretty nice sideboard card to have access to. Disputes and Gusts, good sideboard cards. Dismember against the creature decks, Tireless Tracker, and the one of Elder Gargaroth. Those cards are kind of iffy. I really want to see how the deck plays out. I understand how synergistic everything but the Dryad. Like the Dryad is kind of awkward, right? Like it's you have to naturally draw it, and once they kill them, there's nothing you can really do. Like once they die, that's it. So you have to if you mill all of your Dryads, or if you your opponent kills them or whatever, then you kind of have to go for the other plan. So like your Valakuts are just ETB tapped colorless sources at that point, basically. So that is the single part of the deck that I'm not very sold on, and it seems a little bit awkward. So we're gonna see how the deck actually plays out, though. Very interested to check that out. Just bought Better Arts for Amulet. Nice. I don't even know what Better Art for Amulet really means, but always into it. Mono 4 drops hand, probably not gonna cut it. This one sounds better. Okay, and I think I want to bottom the Explore. I want to bottom the Redundant Dryad, actually. This might backfire, but it's okay. ¿Qué otro plan tenés sin Dryad? Hacer un montón de zombies y atacar. OG printings? Oh. What is the other printing that you can have for Amulet? There's only one printing for Amulet. Am I crazy? Let's just get Sagoth Triumph here. Alright. I think I'm gonna explore here. Brutal. So what can we do next turn? Next turn we can Ghost Squatter ourselves. What the fuck's going on over there? We can GQ ourselves. Oh, that's what's going on. Makes sense. Well, I guess we're doing that now, huh? Thank you for the follow, Dragonfather. Appreciate it. Sweet. So next turn we should be in okay shape, I think. If we get an next turn, obviously, but this is gonna blank a bunch of my opponent's outs. So that's infinite life. Can we beat infinite life? I'm thinking. I don't think we can. Well, we can mill them. I'm just gonna say to my opponent, you have infinite life. I won't attempt to win that way. Let's keep on playing. Yeah, I just told my opponent, but we can still win because we can just mill them. But I just told them, like, you know, you have infinite life, like, whatever. Let's move on. So, we're gonna loam. Get discards. Then... let's get a breeding pool. Let's get our Boreal Gracer. And I think I'm just gonna play Sanctuary here. Let's play Sampar. And I guess that now the plan is to mill them. So that's the new plan now. Okay, so this is a deck with like scales and shit. Good to know. That should not exceed the cemetery. No. The way Ashiok is worded, it always exiles your own it always exiles your opponent's graveyard. Whether you target them or you target yourself, you always exile your opponent's graveyard, regardless of what you do. So we have to draw our second Ashiok here. Definitely want to draw, and we're not going to dredge. And I guess now we're going to dredge. Didn't find Valakuts, which is kind of annoying. And I think I'm going to continue milling while I can. Like, this is my win con now, right? This is the only way that I can win, because, again, I'm assuming that my opponent has infinite life here. So, that being the case... but we can actually mill them. We can also use Mystic Sanctuary, which is nice. We need to find our Cryptic, however. So let's think. So we play Dryad. We use Mystic Sanctuary. We don't want to do that, I guess. So I guess we start with Loam. Get Misty, Snow-Covered Island, and Oboro. Then we're gonna play Snow-Covered Island. Green. And 1. We're gonna play Dryad. Now we're gonna get to play Oboro. I guess I should have cycled because I might have found exactly Valakut off the top. That's fine. So the plan is to... probably gonna attack with Rager Captain here. Oh, they're attacking Ashiok. Okay, so that being the case, we're just gonna block here. The Sanctuary seems terrible in this deck, or is it just me? I get that it is Reclamation, but it seems impossible to turn on. Well, when you have a Dryad in play, it turns on. And also you do have stuff. But this is like your late game engine, right? Okay, so the opponent finally kills the Ashiok. And maybe they have lethal here? Or maybe they have nothing. I think we do have to find Valakut, because we need to clear their board. And we have to also naturally draw. Man, this is getting really tough now. Blue, blue, green, green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we cannot mill the second Ashiok. Second Ashiok is our breaker, basically. We have not found a single field, and we have not found a single... Damn it. Gibi Montagna, thank you for the follow. Again, my opponent is at a virtual infinite life, but I'm looking for Ashiok to mill them. Green, cancel, blue, cancel. All right, so there's a field. God damn it. I think we kind of have to get a little bit lucky here. Play this. This is rough. We also have not found a cryptic just yet. I'm kind of playing a little bit loosely here. I don't want to like time out or anything, you know? And again, it's not like the board really matters. I just have to find Ashiok and or Valakut. Cycle for blue. Cancel. There's a Valakut. Cycle for green. Cancel. Okay. Cancel. 1, 2, 3. Dryad. Valakut. That. Always yes, always yield. Man, this is actually a little bit more awkward than I thought. I told my opponent that they're an infinite life, but this is actually kind of awkward. Because like I need to attack with the Euro to get the value. This is kind of awkward. So cycling 1, 2, 3. No lo mato con Valakut, sí, pero estoy... I am assuming that my opponent is at infinite life. Like, they had Spike Feeder plus Heliod. So I told them that I was going to play as if they had infinite life. Okay, this is just me keeping my word, basically. In paper, this would not really be an issue, but this is Magic Online. Ashiok. All right, pass the turn. So I'm just gonna do always no, always no, always yield. And then whenever we find a situation where that matters, I'm just gonna change that. So we cannot really... Damn it, where's my second Ashiok? Jeez. Alright, so there's the cryptic, so at least we cannot ask. I guess that we can actually. Keeping my word is making this a lot slower. Ashiok. God damn it. Man, I wish there was a way that I could... Because I need to draw the cards from the Euro. Ashiok. Damn it. Yeah, we have cryptic, but what cannot happen is I cannot mill Ashiok, so that's why I'm not milling. I have one more Ashiok in my deck that I cannot mill. Jeez. We agree that they have infinite life. The problem is I need the draw step though, so it's getting kind of awkward now. That doesn't do anything. I'm going to attack and I'm going to ask my opponent to block. I need the draw, but I don't want to deal you damage. But I would Balakut that. Yeah, this is kind of weird. Like, It's super weird. So I'm showing my opponent that I would Valak this thing, but I want them to stay at a high life total because I need the draw. Like, I need to keep digging. I can't believe how long we're going and we still have not been able to find my stupid. Yeah, we're in such a weird spot. Because it's really weird. Oh man. Green 1/1. I can't believe that Ashok is one of second Ashok is one of my bottom 7 cards. Oh, come on. Keep this one. You'll mill yourself before milling him. I can return. I have Mystic Sanctuary in play, so I can return Mystic Sanctuary, replay it, etc. So now we're not milling. There we go. Jeez, finally. Okay, so blue, 1, Ashiok. Middle you. Alright, so I think we're gonna win now. No, we don't have to attack anymore. So annoying. So the only thing that is kind of annoying is, like, I have kind of established how I'm gonna win this game, but my opponent is not conceding, so they're letting me, like, time out or whatever. It's counter target spell, return target permanent. What am I supposed to do here? I think I'm supposed to let this resolve, right? No, I'm not supposed to do that because they have hardened scales. Brutal. Okay, so counter target spell, return target permanent. And we're going to counter and we're going to return the Heliod, I guess. We say that they are in infinite life to make things easier. I'm trying to tell my opponent like I yeah, so basically I told my opponent like I have you locked out, I'm going to mill you, then I'm going to Ashiok, then I'm going to on the last turn bounce Ashiok, replay it, and I still have one land. I'm gonna have one card left in my deck, so I'm gonna end up milling you before I mill myself. And my opponent just conceded. That was a game. Ashiok sounds good. It's also a nice little way for us to beat Infinite Life. Nice sample game to start the league. Yeah, for real, right, Dom? That was pretty solid. I feel like Ghost Quarter is gonna be bad, obviously. Is Reclamation what we're gonna do? What if they top deck Ballista now? Well, I told my opponent, like, I didn't attack you because I would kill you, but what I would do is I would just, like, basically loop Cryptic every turn, so I don't deck. Right? I counter whatever you play and I bounce my land. If you don't do anything, I just bounce my my Ashiok with my last one, and then I deck you that way, if that makes sense. So that is the idea. I could also Reclamation, get back the Mystic Sanctuary in my graveyard, play Simic Chamber, bounce Mystic Sanctuary, replay Mystic Sanctuary for even one more draw, if that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, we did have them locked out there. Yeah, Vesh, Ser. How should we board here? I think Gracers are gonna suck in this matchup. But I don't think I want Gusts. Like, my opponent's deck is primarily white. Like, Gust is gonna stop... I guess it stops Spike Feeder and the other nonsense card, Collected Company. You don't think we need all for Ashiok? I mean, I do think Ashiok is very good against them, right? They have Ranger Captain, and I think they have a Lead Armor Skull. They might have a Lead Armor Skull. But Gracer seems pretty bad, so I think I'm gonna go with a couple of Gustos. But yeah, that was nice of my opponent to concede and just like make things faster. I think I keep this, right? We have Valakut plus Dryad going. So play a green source, say go. Sure. Valakut. And I think I'm gonna go with probably gonna go with Uro here, I think. Just because I want to dig a little bit deeper. And I don't want my opponent to be able to use their mana, basically. Yeah, now we can double... Now we can double Dryad next turn. Yeah, with any untapped land, that's what I was going to say. So we can guarantee that we're going to get at least one trigger. Well, this is not a Titan Vial deck. This actually has nothing to do with Titan Vial. Choke. Sure. I mean, we can still hit land drops. So I still think that we just play into this choke and we just naturally play lands every turn. that one. Opponent's got choke going, so I am considering potentially... I'm holding on to this lonely sandbar here because I am actually considering potentially killing my own Dryad in order to get like one untap and then just like do a bunch of things on a single turn. How popular I am that you get. Oh, nice, sweet, good, glad, happy to see. Happy to know about that. That's awesome. Okay, always yield. Titan Ball was your only loss of the night. Nice. So they showed me company, but they didn't have company 2 turns before because they could have done it thanks to the hierarch. Does that mean I should... I think I should try to set up lethal here, right? Maybe they have company here. But this like actually allows me to set up lethal, so I feel like I have to do that. We're crashing our now. So I think this is actually lethal, right? Yeah, we have no ways of... Yeah, they're just gonna go get Ranger Captain here. Yeah, that's kind of brutal. They're just gonna have a ballista with the Ranger Captain, so I think we're just dead now. Because that's actual lethal. Okay, so I guess maybe because of choke we do want the full 4 Gustos. We crashing our now. This is the first match. I started today's stream super late. Keep. So we're probably gonna get Triumph here. Oof. I think we do have to loam though. Probably start loaming here actually. Choke. Gross. That's fine. We can beat that. That was definitely pretty good though. No arguments there. No arguments there at all. Man, turn to choke. If they actually have Ballista here, we are dead. This is not lethal as things stand. Shoot. Again, like this is fine, but it's the same situation that we found ourselves in before, right? Where Get breeding pool. Gust the choke. Should have gusted with the ranger ability on the stack. Yeah, maybe that would have been better actually. Yeah, you're right. We can still get the gust back, so it's fine. The problem is that we die to this, right? That's the issue. And we have no way of interacting with that. I guess they're still 1 mana short, and we know that they're not gonna draw the thing. So if we kill here, they are 1 mana short. Then we put the gust on top. Always healed. And we are gonna draw the answer to the choke. Oh no, that's right. Oh shoot. Yeah, because they just put the counter here. Alright. GG's. Was there any way that I could have played around it? Not really, right? We were 1 trigger off. I think we were 1 trigger off. If we untapped, we would have been able to win. Because I think we just loam and then we like nuke everything and then do the same thing that we did before. That's rough. That was an interesting game though. Definitely a very interesting match. Very interesting match. I don't expect that's the way that most matchups are gonna go about, but it's definitely cool. Yeah, they're at infinite. We beat infinite life in the very first game. Like it's easy for us to beat infinite life with 3 Ashioks in our deck. We just mill them. But it's more of the fact that they actually had infinite damage. That's what killed us. The fact that we actually had infinite damage. Yeah, but I guess that if my mana hadn't been so limited, if I had gusted in response to the ranger captain trigger, then I would have been able to get more value there, right? Then I wouldn't have been able to play the Mystic Sanctuary is what I'm trying to say. I would have been able to cast a fetch, to cast a loam, so I would have been able to play a fetch for a turn, and that would have made it so I can trigger Valakut twice. So that would have killed the Spike Feeder, which would have given me which wouldn't have given my opponent lethal, right? This sounds like a fine hand, I guess. Your poison. Probably the Slutzies should take the Dryad. It's probably between these two. Because Wayfinder basically just gives me Aura mana. It gives me the land that I need, and it also gives me the 3 cards that I need in the graveyard, so... It's probably one of those. Sick is good, with 4 reclamations is way too many. I turned 2 of them into our promise and was very happy with it. Yeah, that's possible. It's an interesting play. Why would they cut? Why would they take the Uro? That's so weird. Makes no sense at all. So this is probably Traverse Shadow. It could also be some form of like basic forest. Okay, so it's not Traverse Shadow. This is the black-green deck, black-green rock. I think I'm putting Wayfinder here instead of Dryad, I think. It means I can Uro next. Okay, looking good here, looking good. I really don't understand how my opponent is supposed to win this without, I don't know, like Gaia's Cradle plus Scavenging Ooze. That's how my opponent. Was it better to fail to find there? No, because I'm gonna be, I still have Uro mana because I milled alone. So I'm just gonna dredge. Yeah, they get my Dryad here. That doesn't really matter. You're gonna get Uro'd good. What's the better field to find? Well, but if we're failing to find, then we're in the same spot, right? We're not really doing anything. By having the land in hand, we actually get to play it off the Uro trigger, so... Excuse me? Okay. So, green, blue, green, blue. Uro, eat, eat, eat. I kind of don't want to eat the... I didn't want to eat the Cryptic there because we can get it back this turn, but we're gonna be able to get it back on the following turn after we loam. Okay, that's the big one. That's basically the card that matters. Anything else that my opponent has really doesn't. So I guess we attack first? Attack first. Oh, sick. Awesome. That's great for us. More green mana. Well, is that actually good for us? Maybe not. It's not good for us. So we play this, we loam, get back 2 cards, we dredge. We have not played land yet. So loam. Yeah, right? So we dredge and we get back Uro. Dredge. Green, green, blue. Blue, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you think we'll be banning modern? It's getting Serpedium still. It's possible. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't think that kind of like. I mean, if it gets banned, it gets banned, right? Like it's just what it is. Like those are the rules of engagement. So, like discussing, oh, do you think something will get banned? It's just like, what the hell do I know? Like I just know the same that you do. Like my opinion is not any more valid than yours. So I mean, it's not like I have any kind of knowledge that you don't. So it just is what it is, basically. This isn't an Euro stream? Who said that? Okay. So I think I'm supposed to dredge here, right? Oh wow, it just resolved. So now we have no more fetchables. Awkward. Very, very awkward. Okay, so we're definitely gonna block first with the Hex Drinker. And now we thicket. Pretty unfortunate that we naturally drew literally the worst card in our deck. Pretty unfortunate. Oh man, this Scavenge Genius is a problem. This Scavenge Genius is an issue. Sick. Green, blue, green, blue. And we have Xaxes. And they don't get priority because they didn't put a stop in the in the draw step. It's pretty great. No, come on. Don't have it. I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to it because if I top deck a Cryptic and then my opponent has a Thoughtseize, that's kind of awkward. So I think my opponent's last card in hand is a Fatal Push. I think the last card in hand is a Fatal Push. Yep. And now they found the Enabler in the bubble. That was a sick draw for them, actually. It really was kind of a sick draw there. Unfortunate. All right, Dryad. If we draw a Dryad, we just win. So that's funny. Dryad off the top. Let's go. I think we have 2 Dryads left. We have 2 Dryads left. Kind of taking a beating from this. Ashok in the main is interesting in this list. You do get a lot of value from milling yourself. So it's just that you get some Uro synergies and stuff like that. It's pretty good, actually. The one or two of Scavenging News. With the exact required amount of removal, right? But this is kind of like something I expected the deck to have, which is like an issue with flooding. So I'm not too surprised by the fact that we're just getting owned by this. We have 1 more turn. Maybe I should have chump blocked there as well. Get it while the game is good. We basically have to draw Dryad. If we have Dryad, we're going to have a shot. If we don't, then that's going to be it. But we have 1 draw step, really. We have 1 draw step towards Dryad. Alrighty. It was closer than it looked, that's for sure. Give me those gusts. I would expect our opponent to be playing... what's his name as well? Expect our opponents to be playing the card that we talked about. That got us last match. The... What am I talking about here? I really cannot multitask, can I? Choke. There we go. Yeah, thank you. Is that better than Hedron Crab? Because he dodges removal? Yeah, of course. Hedron Crab is just bad in a deck like this. I mean, it does the same as Ashiok, but Ashiok is actually disruptive, right? There's some decks that really struggle to be the resolved Ashiok. I would know. Trust me, I would know about decks that struggle to be the resolved Ashiok, but... Yeah, one thing with this deck is I should definitely make sure that I am aware of what the mana base looks like. Sure. This hand looks bad, but I'm gonna keep it. I think I'm gonna go turn 1 tapped Breeding Pool here. Say go. We basically have no incentive to fetch this turn. No incentive to shock, sorry, and no incentive to cycle either, so... Man, my opponent's really into Lay of the Land. Lay of the Land confirmed busted. This is going to be pretty telling here. If they have a discard spell, Like, if they take one of my trackers instead of the Dryad, then it's very, very obvious that they have something like Choke. So it's going to be a pretty telling turn here. These are some ugly, ugly basics. Gross. Even the frame is kind of weird and ugly. The perfect mana base. Opponent's got the perfect mana base. They go for Batterskull? That has to mean that they don't have the sword. God damn. Okay. Don't choke me, bro. Don't choke me. Please. That's fine. Okay, so no choke is good. Definitely holding on to this because I'm going to be using it next turn. We could Aura, but I think I'm just going to Tracker here. Tracker plus Clue. Crack Clue on end step. And next turn we can Uro, and we have a little bit more of a likelihood of finding a land. I don't know, man. Abzan just does not strike me as a good Stoneforge deck. Out of all the shells that you can put Stoneforge in, again they took the Uro. Main face Batterskull. You got it. That's it. That's all we got. Okay. Man, really? These are all my options? So I guess I have to find the basic. That really sucks. So we don't have double green? Even before Maelstrom Pulse? Even before Maelstrom Pulse. But Maelstrom Pulse at least feeds my Uro, so it's not even the end of the world. Like, the best thing that they can have, it's still not that bad for me. Inquisition resolves. Tarmogoyf resolves. I'm gonna go ahead and say that things are looking pretty good for us. Man. Absent Traverse. It's been a minute since I've seen a deck like this. I'll take 4, thank you. Probably don't even have to play another spell this game. We probably will have to, and it's probably gonna be the Uro. Unless we draw something better to do, in which case that's fine. Definitely not trading here, obviously, right? These trackers are gonna grow completely out of proportion. Look at how bad my opponent's mana is. So bad. such bad mana. I think that's enough. No, it's not. That's brutal because I don't have another. No, I don't have any untapped green sources. Oh, hello. But next turn we're gonna be fine. The mana base needs a little bit of a rework here. Mana needs a little bit of a rework here. The glyph currently it's a 4/5, now a 5/6. But we can trade with it if we want. We just have to make sure that no lands go to the graveyard. And this, we know that this was my opponent's top deck here, so don't need to worry about that. What is this? Now they have the pulse. Lurus. Yeah, that doesn't scare me really. They targeted themselves, which is kind of weird. So we're gonna get one of the triumphs, then we're going to cycle Sandbar, then we're going to crack a clue, I guess. Yeah, it's not a good attack because we have a literal free block here. Unless I'm missing something, which I'm pretty sure I'm not. Oh, hello. Triumph, clues, cycle. Brutal. Wow, a bunch of... Basically, we have only one Dryad left. Don't know how much I love that, if I gotta be honest with you. We're probably gonna go the field route anyway, so it's not that big of a deal, but I'm not stoked about it, basically. It feels like a plan that kind of needs a little bit too much to come together. I don't know. It seems a little bit clunky. Seems a tiny bit clunky. Oh, hello. So we have a bunch of Zombos. So now Tracker can start getting in there. I guess Trackers, plural. So opponent doesn't have good attacks. They have a Dead Batterskull. They can replace Stoneforge, which is just irrelevant. And then next turn, the Trackers are going to demand the block, because otherwise they just lose. Seems good. Seems good. Honestly, it's unclear if probably just getting back Bubble with the Lurus might be better than than whatever else my opponent can do, like Stoneforge and stuff. Like Stoneforge is not doing anything here. They just don't have the mana to leverage it. So it is kind of whatever. Yo, Control Freak, Thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody from Control Freaks stream. We're playing a real spicy number here. Blue-green Splendid Reclamation. This is a brew by Harvey. If you don't know who Harvey is, I strongly recommend that you follow him on Twitter and stuff. And he put together these really interesting pile using this card, Splendid Reclamation. Trying out how it works out. So far it's been a little bit weird. Like, it has some good stuff going on, and then it has a couple of like clunky, kind of not working together too well kind of things. Certainly interesting though. Certainly very, very interesting. The mana seems like it needs work as well. Gives the impression that it might be trying to fit too many things together. It's a Valakut. So we're basically out of Dryads at this point. Opponent just can't beat the trackers, they pack it in. Yeah, nice Liliana. I don't think Liliana should be in my opponent's deck. I don't think there should be Lilianas in my opponent's deck, but that's fine. Lurrus. You got Lurrus going on over there. How are they complaining about their mana? I don't know. Their mana looked horrible though. Knowing that they have Stoneforge, I kind of like these members a little bit more. I'm still not loving them. Again, it's mostly about the fact of being able to answer the lures more than anything else. But like, they had the chance of going for Sword of Feast and Famine. Like, I was not going to do anything. They had the chance of going for Sword, and instead they went for the other card. They went for Batterskull, which is weird. Also, they should definitely... There's a little bit of a sequencing issue there. Should have probably bubbled before Inquisitioning. It doesn't matter because they only have one thing they can take, right? But you definitely want to make sure that you have the most info before you make it. Like, they're gonna bubble 100%, right? So should I have held this to cycle? Maybe, actually. So the plan is obviously gonna start, gonna be to try to get Field of the Dead going as soon as possible. I think I might want to... Like, you have perfect information, opponent. You literally have perfect information. They bubbled me and they knew that I was drawing this. Do I want to play around Ashiok? I kinda do, so I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, I mean, if they had held Inquisition, they would have been handsomely rewarded. Stoneforge. We have 2 Splendid Reclamations in the deck and we drew them both. Feels bad, man. Again, they got Battle School. It's kind of weird to me. Sure. Seems like a fine target to dismember here. If they have lures, obviously we get super punished, but yeah, they drew the lure. They have the lures. I mean, I guess we don't get that punished. We just get punished, but sure. Green 2/3 tracker. Play Valak tapped. These cards are not looking very good here. Our promises would be a lot better right here. Our promises would be a lot better than this, but I guess it kind of is what it is. Playing around Ashiok kind of punished us a little bit here. Because I only got one clue from this tracker, and I also got a Triome, which potentially could be better in the deck. I don't think that's the case though. I feel like I'm so close to just completely rolling over my opponent. I'm like one Dryad away, right? One Dryad away from just completely destroying them. Udo. They did nothing. Pog. I think we attack here. Sure, that means that they can't block with Treetop. I don't think I'm blocking with this tracker, so I might as well attack, I guess. Maybe they will crack Spellbomb here. Man, they're so greedy with that Spellbomb. Liliana. Ashiok. Sure. Oh, they also minused on me. Classic. It's probably worth killing Ashiok. Yeah, they have 4 minutes left. It's probably worth it. Kill Ashiok. Ooh, Oboro is gonna come up. It's kind of real sick. All right, 1, 2, 3. Dryad. Land. Trigger. Field. Oboro. Replay Oboro. Make another zombie kill you. Good stuff, good stuff. Obora is kind of great with this. I'm not gonna lie. Sure, opponent. They have like super delirium. Fulminator Mage. Really? Fulminator Mage? So scared. Dismember. Does that make lethal actually? I'm gonna crack some clues before I do anything. Cryptic. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's go. Easy peasy. That was fun. This deck is kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. Feels like it's slightly misbuilt. Feels like it's slightly misbuilt. There are some issues with the mana, and there are some issues with like not being able to get enough value from your Rex. You kind of need many things to go right to get value from your Reclamations. So far, Reclamation has been like a 4 mana card that I have had in my hand that I couldn't get literally any value whatsoever from. I'm human. I just cannot resist. Good old Lonely Sandbar plus Misty Rainforest combination, you know? I'm sorry, Chad. High likelihood that this is not a keep, but what can I say? I am who I am. So this matchup doesn't look too good. We also have literally no tools whatsoever. We have literally no tools whatsoever. Nothing. There's nothing we can do in this matchup. We just accept our fate. Just accept our fate and move on. Yeah, this mana base is not properly built. Like how is it possible that I have so many fetch lands and I can't even find an untapped green source? Like we only have one untapped green source that we can fetch off of a blue fetch, and most of our fetches are blue. We do run Ghost Quarter, but we have one copy of it, right? And we have no way to tutor for it. It's not like we're playing Reclaimer. They are playing mono green, which is probably the worst thing for us. Like we can probably beat Tron a lot more easily. Also, they shouldn't have cycle there, but who am I to say? Yeah, literally no cards that we care about. No cards at all whatsoever. So basically we just have to set up a combo kill. Like that's the only thing that we can kind of like hope to do. Just try to attempt to set up a combo kill with Splendid Rec. And this mana base. Sure. Probably shouldn't have played that on turn 1. I should have played a green sword so I can fetch both. Yo! Yellow what? Thank you for the raid, Nassif. How's it going? We're playing a spicy little number here. Courtesy of the one and only Dom Harvey. And... yeah, we're struggling a little bit. We're struggling a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But it's fun. The deck is kind of fun. Jekro on Super Walk and Grist, thank you for the follow. It's kind of it's a deck built around Wilderness Rec. Splendid Reclamation, sorry, not Wilderness Reclamation. The other one. The other Reclamation. But I'm starting to feel like the deck is slightly misbuilt. So the deck and so immediately deserve the follow. Nice, nice. Glad to see that we have a fellow. We have a person of culture right there in chat right now. So my opponent, if they have like turn 3 Karn, like whatever, right? The good thing is that we can beat Baby Karn, and we can actually beat a lot of things right here. We cannot beat Big Karn, and they don't have Big Karn, so that's good for us. Yeah, that one we can beat pretty easily. Oh, hello. Unfortunately, we cannot do that right now. But that's okay. Always yes, always yes, always yield. So we're gonna hold up Cryptic this turn. And next turn we're gonna get to do some nonsense. Next turn we'll get to do a lot of nonsense. What did you play today, Gabe? And like a boss AZ and turn 1 Delver also follow. Thank you for that. It's not Ulamog, so I'm not scared. Play the losing. I imagine you're testing for the well, whatever event is happening now, the invitational or whatever that is. So I imagine that you're testing for that. Okay, so they go up to 23 here. So loam these back. Then we can do this. And this is 12. Then we fetch for any land. And that is some other 6. Then we cycle Lonely Sandbar. Get back life from the loam. We loam back both of these. We play another fetch land. Do some of this. And then we fetch for any land, and that's lethal. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Ah yes, testing. Oh yeah, some good old testing getting in there, huh? Glad that you had a productive day. Yeah, whatever, right? I love how we have one Ghost Scooter. What Dom said is that Ghost Quarter is better than that Tech Edge because you get to Ghost Quarter yourself a bunch if you want to, and then you can Splendid Rec and get all of your lands back, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. No prime time? No, not in this list. Ugh. Sure. We're on the draw, and you just know that your opponent has turn 3 Tron, you know, you just feel it. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit, chat. I don't like this one bit. Okay, so opponent's gonna have Tron online. Alright. Alright, so we have an out to a cheese win here. If we find a Dryad, we might actually have a route towards a cheese win, which at this point is kind of what we're looking for. So we just have to find a Dryad and not get too hosed by whatever my opponent's going to be doing here. Okay, so there goes the versus mine. So we just gotta find a Dryad. Please don't be Karn. Baby Karn is probably a problem. Psycho Will, nice. Yo, Will, how's it going? Man, I'm getting all the rates today. All the rates. Welcome over from Will's stream. We're playing a real spicy number right here. Should we play what you played instead? But I'm playing this. So to loam, I think I'm gonna loam here actually. So we, instead of Seder Wayfinder. Because loaming allows me to, if my opponent does something broken here, we can at least use Lonnie's Hammer and stuff. And we also get to... that's 10 mana. Fuck. Well, that happens. And... now what? I mean, we can Uro. Don't know how much that matters. Wait, can we Uro? Yeah, we can. So we have to fetch for basic forest here. What were the previous matches? We won against Abzan. Some very, very, very brave soul out there was playing Abzan. And then we lost to... wait a second. Wait a second. Chat. We're gonna need to get real lucky here. Because we're gonna have to mill probably multiple Valakutes. Oh, I'm stupid. Alright, there's one Valakut left. And with that, there's hope. And with that, there's hope. Bruno2589, thank you for the follow. 1, 2 for Wayfinder. No, we just don't have enough for everything, right? When I'm playing Mono Wilt over there, that deck. So we have to start with Wayfinder here, I think. Valakut. We play Dryad. Play Dryad, that is... No, that's not enough. So I think we're just gonna have to attack with Uro here, and then we're just gonna have to Cryptic Tap, I think. And next turn we Dryad plus... Next turn we Dryad plus Splendid Rec. So, tap all creatures and draw a card. Yeah, I guess. Worm Coil. So second Mystic Sanctuary is gone. That's really good. That is really, really, really good. Do they have a Wilt? And not only do they have a Wilt, but can we beat a Wilt, are the questions. I think we kinda have to YOLO here. And here I know that I have no more fetchables. Maybe I do. No, I don't. But that's one more Valakut trigger. No Wilt. No Wilt, let's go. Unless this is the ultimate slow roll. The glory. The absolute glory. I called it. I said we're gonna have to luck suck a little bit here, but I wonder why they suckled. I have no idea. Tap team serve for 12. It's basically the same thing, right? What did we lose against? We lost against the Heliod combo deck. Sure. So I think I'm gonna go turn 1 Misty, go get the other thing. Tap team doesn't lose to Wilt. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe I played yeah, I guess that Uro attacks. That card is so busted. But it was more impressive the way that I did it, right? I'm against Jund. Okay. Good to know, I guess. Playing against good old Albert. Udo attacks, cards busted. Yeah, I know. It's so insane. This definitely sounds like a keep, regardless of matchup. They could have willed their Wormcoil and block. Yeah, I guess that it's the same. Oh, bubble. Shadow? Agreed, your line was the more fun line. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say here. Playing correctly? Pfft, why? Why would anybody ever do that? Choose a poison, opponent. So my opponent knows about this. Because they bubbled me and still took the Euro. So we're gonna fetch for a Triumph here. The Triumphs have been so awkward. I am not a fan at all of the Triumphs. Like, not having access to untapped lands has been a big deal on multiple occasions. Scavenging is, well, that's messed up. That's real messed up right there. I think I'm gonna loam here. Maybe I should have Wayfindered. Yeah, I think I should have Wayfinder because it doesn't allow my opponent to do something here with their mana. Like, they just have to hold up Scavenging Ooze. Okay, so they're gonna take the Dryad here, which is annoying. And then next turn, I guess we Wayfinder. Yeah. So there goes Dryad. So we're gonna have to naturally draw a Dryad again, which I think it's the most awkward thing about this deck. Dredge, Loam, nah. Pfft. Okay. Play Wayfinder. My opponent says, never seen this deck before. I'm like, me neither. Good stuff, good stuff. Taking the damage here, we can use this Wayfinder to protect our Ashiok down the line. Sure. Okay. So now, how the hell am I supposed to do this? Just waiting to use activation here. And I think I'm gonna have to end step bounce this Scavenging Ooze. Which is pretty weird. How random is that the types right now are sorcery, artifact, and land? Okay, so that's a lot more damage. Fuck, that's lethal. Okay, so we have to return Scavenging Ooze and a draw. If they don't have a land drop, this is effectively the same. I'm just trying to delay the Scavenging Ooze for a turn. We're gonna dredge on the next turn. Oh, no, 3, so we die to bold, we die to a million things. But we're gonna be dredging here because we have 2 looks at an Uro, and the way that I win this game is if we flip an Uro and I actually put it back into play. Never lucky. Can't get there, right? Can't really get there. Yeah, we can't get there. Feels bad, man. And Scavenging Ooze, both against Abzan, I also lost game 1, and it was also because my opponent drew their Scavenging Ooze. So clearly, Scusi is problematic for us. Scusi is certainly a problem for us. How awful was banned, Will? Did you figure out? Will was playing some banned non-vile Titan. Banned was not great, yeah. 5-0 with the Naya deck though. Yeah, I mean, I think calling it Naya is kind of misleading. I think that calling the deck Naya is definitely misleading. Also, I don't think this deck is properly built either. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. Like the only red card in the deck is the boils in the sideboard. What's up, JC? Did you put Visiva in your deck? Yeah, did you, Will? Did you put Visiva in your deck? Who rated us? Gabe Nassif. The one and only. Wow. And by the way, such little faith. Wow, who rated us? Not like, oh wow, we have so many viewers. Frank, you're so great. None of that. Just like, who rated us? To be fair, it was true. To be fair, it was true, but still. Is it just me or should this deck have Primeval Titan? Not really, but it could have our promise. Like, this is like, we actually struggled to find our Valakuts or fields so far multiple times already. So our promise combos nicely with the Mystic Sanctuaries that we got going on. So too many commas. Thank you for the follow. Nassif already lost to the Titan Talk podcast host. Sure. I know, Hall of Famers should definitely not lose to the Titan Talk podcast host, House of Mana. Is Nassif even in the Hall of Fame? Is everything just like a very elaborate scam? Can you imagine that? Everything is just a scam. Sure, I think I'm gonna cast here. Yeah, I think so. It's bad if they have choke. But they threw it on the bottom. Which is probably good for us. I cycled there because we could have found one of our 1-drops. One of our 2-drops, sorry. In Loam or something like that. But we found Uro, so it's fine. Wow. It's messed up. Can't quite trigger Mystic Sanctuary, but that's fine. If they play a creature, we can actually force them to crack the spellbomb without being able... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we're gonna get Triumph here. And if we draw any untap land... Sweet. We have to play this first. We do this. Oh, well, that was easy. Alright, cool. So we got them to crack that. Udo, let's go. Now we have to get this party going again. Definitely cracking this waterlogged grove on end step. Ugh. You gotta be kidding me. They have another Scavenging Ooze? That's fucked up, man. What kind of nonsense is this? We cannot beat this stupid fucking card. Can't beat it. We just cannot beat it. God damn it. Yeah, so when I put together this deck, I called it Scapeshift that loses to Rest in Peace. And I think that we can officially call it Scapeshift that loses to Scavenging Ooze as well. We get to choose how we wanna name it, you know? But yes, Scapeshift that loses to Scavenging Ooze sounds pretty accurate. Or a Scapeshift deck that just loses. Yeah, that's also mildly accurate. Also mildly accurate. My opponent's scared. They could have attacked with Ravine and put me on a 2 or 3 turn clock. There's no way they have a trophy here. Literally no way. Also no way they have a Liliana. Wow. Alright. Let's move on. We're good here. Alright. So let's fix some stuff. First of all, this card sucks. So we can play a couple of them and we can play something else. I think that I like the suggestion that we had earlier of playing our promises in like 2 and 2. A little bit of a split. Second of all, the Triumphs have been horrible this entire league. They're so bad. So I think I'm going to try to go for something else. Keep this. We're doing a second league today. I don't know. It depends on how long. Oh, this is the last match actually. What time is it? 5:30. So if I play another league, we're gonna go until. I probably won't be able to do another league actually. It's getting kind of late. Also, I still need to do my demystifying Titan Vial video, which I just haven't really had time to make. We're gonna get bageled here. I don't think it's Titan Vial though, because I don't think that playing Canopy is good in Titan Vial. I ran out of fetchables a lot with this deck. Yeah, it has felt pretty bad in terms of like the ratio of amount of fetches versus amount of targets. Also, the amount of basics has felt a little bit low, particularly with all the milling. Has been pretty weird. So there's many things to work on, but I mean that's the point, right? So I think the mana base needs some serious reworking. So let's do there. First of all, we can probably cut one of the Valakuts. These are your cycling lands right here. We'll stick it there. Actually, the card that really impressed me was the Oboro. Humans. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. We're gonna start Dryading next turn. So not very many cards that matter for my opponent here. Second Meddling Mage is one of the few ones that does. Thalia doesn't matter. It's basically second Meddling Mage. That's the only thing that matters. Because we're gonna get 3 Valakut triggers next turn, and with 2 mana, with a Vial on 2, we're gonna get all of our value before we get to... before my opponent gets to respond. Which very likely means that we're gonna get to get value from all of his triggers. Okay, so they're gonna take my loam. Alright, so we should be good here. Play this. Tap some mana. Uh-oh. They could have Thalia's Lieutenant. I really, really doubt it. Like, why wouldn't they may face a Thalia's Lieutenant to get in for more damage? Just makes no sense. And if we find a land off the top, we actually get one more trigger, which is nice. What a steep in the tank there. So, basic island. Kill there. And I guess I want to hold on to this fetch. Does it matter to kill the Noble Hierarch? It might matter, actually. Nah, I think we're just gonna leave we're gonna leave the Noble Hierarch there. Like, with this Udo right here, the likelihood that my opponent has anything. If we find a landed, of course, this is just a beautiful thing, but with the Cryptic, seems unlikely for my opponent to kill me last turn from 14. They could bounce this on end step, but I kind of wanted to make sure that I can play around. Oh, sick. That's even the best possible one to draw there. So next turn we can Ashik ourselves, get back Uro, win. Easy game, easy life. Alright. Get these. Get this one. Cut these ones. And cut these ones. I think I actually want Gracer. I might not want Loam. Yeah. Just 2 Loams. Definitely want the Wayfinder. Okay, so back to the changes that we're doing here. One of these. The Triumphs were pretty bad. I definitely want another Birding Pool. Cut this. I wonder if we just have more basic islands than basic forests. Probably, right? Because we need more blue sources for cryptics and stuff. Mana Traders this month is modern. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing that one. I'm going to be rocking Titan Bile. It usually starts like towards the end of the first week of the month, I think, right? The Mana Trader thingy. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool, definitely to have. Definitely a good time to have modern at the forefront of Magic. Always exciting when that's the case. How does the Mana Traders thing work? So if you are a subscriber to Mana Traders, which you can subscribe using the Mana Traders coupon code here, and if you use the coupon code FRBlues, you actually get a 20%. And the way it works is it's an open tournament, anybody can join. If you're a member of Mana Traders, you have some prizes. If you're not a member, sorry, you have some prizes. Again, it's a free tournament, right? And then if you are a member of my Mana Traders, if you are subscribed to Mana Traders, then you get 10 times that in prices. So it's a pretty substantial difference between both. And yeah, it's just you play to qualify, which is basically free. You play whenever you want or whenever you can. And then if you qualify, I think you need to go 8-2 if you play in 10 matches, and then it gets easier the more matches you play, I think. So if you play 20, I think it gets a little bit easier, stuff like that. And I don't remember what the actual price is, but it's something like it is a pretty substantial price considering the fact that it's a 100% free tournament. It's an MTGO, yeah. 7 and 3, you qualify with 7 and 3. There you go. My opponent drew both of their basics, so this is $15K breakdown. Where there you go. Opponent name's Udo. I think I'm just gonna dismember this. Now the question is, do I go squatter them? I really want to go squatter them. I think I'm gonna go squatter them. I'm sorry, chat, if you didn't want me to do this, but oh no! Damn it. Now they're gonna play Medley Major named Loma, and I'm gonna be really sad. No! No, don't play Freebooter! Don't play Freebooter, no! Everything backfired, chat. God damn it. Ugh. No. Why? It was so clean, though. It was so clean. I had to, right? This, of course, after I made the stupid play, we immediately get punished the worst possible way, right? It's only logical, you might even say, but it's still sad regardless. Still sad regardless. Was it worth it though? Yes, yes it was. Because he was sweet, and it felt great. Don't have another melee mage, please. Oh, come on. Probably gonna name Uro. Maybe they named right now. Just naming Uro is just so much better here. Yep, naming Uro is a lot better. If we draw back to back, and if you, I guess we only need one untap land. Explore. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we have to play the Dryad here. I'm gonna miss a land drop, which sucks, but at least Melee Mage cannot really attack. If I could get this loam going though. Yeah, classic try to cheese out a win. This is peak legacy right here. Try to cheese out a win by wastelanding your opponent, and then your opponent just never misses a land drop and you are the one that's behind. Typical. I mean, if we do draw a land, I think I just Splendid Rec, right? I guess that either one of these is pretty solid. possible that my opponent it wants to cast Phantasmal Image, but they were, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. So they were having trouble because they were using the Cavern of Souls for human. Classic. All right, what are you gonna copy, opponent? Freebooter. That's interesting. I think I would have definitely copied Melee Mage there. Well, I guess they're kind of the same, right? Yeah, they're kind of the same. It probably doesn't matter too much. I guess except this one is actually flyer, so my opponent can pluck me in the air. 2/4, baby. Okay. Untap land. Interesting. Actually, we can't cast that, right? Not this turn. We can cast it next turn. I guess depends on what they do. My opponent's really flooded over there. Come on. Another freebooter, or even, I guess freebooter is we actually have to let this resolve here. Our best matchup. You think this is our best matchup? I don't think this is her best matchup. I really doubt it, at least. Grafdigger's Cage. Okay, so at this point, I think I need to top deck exactly Valakut, right? So if I need to top deck exactly Valakut, then is it better for me to Loam, or is it better for me to Wilderness Wreck? I think at this point it's better for me to Wilderness Wreck, so we're just gonna kill that one. We're gonna go down to 2. And if we top deck a Valakut, that's gonna be the biggest buggers ever. It's not. So what we can do here, which is very cool, yeah. And we just get a bunch of lands, we get a bunch of zombies, and then we lose to my opponent's flyers. So not the most not the most exciting ending, but if we had drawn a Valakut there, we actually killed we kill all the creatures. Good stuff. Anyway, I think we want the same. This is fine. This list is fine. I'm not loving the tracker, but I'm also not loving any of the other cards in the sideboard, so can't believe we beat Tron with this pile. Like, this deck was not ready for Tron. Oh, we don't have Prairie Stream versions of blue-green, right? Feels bad. Not really, right? Gracer can be so awkward sometimes. Yeah, down to 5 we go. Brutal. Sure. Feels bad, man. That's okay. That is okay. Someone vile. Scary. Got a big tournament this weekend. What do you suggest? Hamlet is Untitled Reclamation. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I literally cannot help you, my friend. Like, which deck do you like better? Which deck do you think it's better positioned in the meta that you expect to see over there? How much experience do you have with either deck? There's just too many things that go into that question. I cannot really answer it by just like that, you know. If it were me, I would play Amulet, but you know, it's me. I've been playing the deck for five or 6 years. I've been making changes and adaptations to the deck for a long time. Usually, I think that like if I'm pretty interested and active about making changes to the deck based on the meta that I expect to face. So yeah, all of that. What is this meddling mage? They've been naming Uro every single time, so if they name Dryad right now, that's gonna be kind of weird. Like if you've named Uro every single time, yeah, you have to name Uro here. So get an island. Play my Dryad. And I think I'm actually gonna play Misty, and we can fetch for Triumph. Next turn we can play like a medium Splendid Reclamation. We can cycle, so we get to draw a card, which is interesting. We get to play kind of a medium Reclamation, but not sure how good it's gonna be. And if my opponent attacks with the Violent too, we kind of have to take it. Dismember. Yep. So I guess we're not gonna get to cycle. We can get 3 lands back, which is, I guess, not awful. It's also not great either. We're in the need of in the need of a little bit of help here. In this list is Reclaimer good? I mean, with this Reclamation, I really doubt it. We might have a draw step freebooter here, which would be kind of devastating. No. Okay. I think I'm gonna wreck here though, just to like develop my mana. We get no value whatsoever from it, but again, our promise would have been much better. But if we want to draw it again, we can, using Mystic Sanctuary and stuff, so like it's not the worst. What do you think of the new card Anti-Uro and Fetch Throw from the new expansion? I think it's going to be good. We talked about it in the podcast. It's not up just yet, but it's going to be. We recorded today, so the cast should be going up tomorrow or the day after, and I think we're actually gonna be in iTunes and Spotify, which is nice. A lot of people ask me about that, I know Spotify is confirmed. I think iTunes were waiting on something. Like there was some issue when we were trying to upload the previous episodes or something. I can't remember anymore. But yeah, we're looking into using different platforms to give you the Titan content that you deserve. You know. I think Aso Manager actually left, but my opponent is probably the slowest humans player to ever live. So okay, so we added the basic. We have a bunch of fetch lands. So these are our fetch lands. 7 fetches, 9 fetches, my bad. Avoro's pretty good. Okay, so opponent finally realized that they wanted to activate Vial. So if we draw field, we're gonna be in good shape here. And we have 2... Yeah, we have 2 looks at it. No, not really, actually, because we would need to play this for turn. Never mind. Never mind. We're gonna be taking 6 damage here, which is a lot. They left Vial on 2. Huh. Yeah, this deck has felt kind of clunky. When it works, it actually feels great. And when it doesn't, you're like, what the hell am I playing here? Why am I doing this to myself? Starting here. See what we draw. Valakut. That one doesn't do it. I guess we can do a Dryad here. Alright. So we could have drawn Dryad. We play the Dryad, we play Valakut, we trigger, and then we have 3 Valakuts. So... yeah, the deck did not feel good. The deck did not feel good. Like, the fact that losing to Jund... like, we didn't even lose to Jund. We just lost to Scavenging Ooze, right? My opponent didn't really need to have any other cards besides Scavenging Ooze. And the fact that there's no way for us to get feel of it besides just, you know, just naturally drawing them is kind of awkward. Also, when you naturally draw them, sometimes they're awkward with allowing you to cast your Uros. So that's a little bit clunky as well. The one-of-sided Wayfinder is super random. Like, it makes sense, but I don't know if they should be in the deck even. Or if you want to have like 4-sided Wayfinder, you know? And just go super in on this. Because like this card actually fuels the Aura plan. And it actually also fuels the Make Land Drops plan. So like it makes a lot of sense. We cut the Triumph. We have 9 fetches. Maybe we want to cut 1 more. And we add 1 more basic forest. Man, I really wish we had like a Simic. A Simic kind of like Canopy Vista or something like that, you know? Let's see if I look Forest Island. You can see our options. Alright, there's none. That's right. Steve? No, I don't think that you want Steve. Like, I would play Wayfinders before I play Steve, because like putting stuff in the yard really matters with this deck. So we're gonna go with this for now. Cutting 1 Valakut makes sense to me. Gracer felt super awkward, but I didn't face any aggro decks, so I imagine that Gracer is for those matchups, so we didn't face any of those, so Gracer of course was awful. Some number of our promise do make a lot of sense. Or we can maybe do this. I don't hate this. In the board, I think I would like access to some ceremonious rejection style cards. Maybe... Also, Veil sounds interesting. Although I guess that we're playing Dispute because Dispute counters opposing Ashioks and we lose to Ashiok. Okay, that makes sense actually. We need to find more answers to Scavenging Ooze, I guess. Because that card is unbeatable. But we have the full 4 Gas plus Listener. Like, we do have answers to Ooze. The problem is that some Ooze decks actually have discard spells and stuff, which is annoying. Gargaroth, Trackers, the one of Ashiok. Yeah, I think I would start with this. I think this is like the next step for this deck. This is what I would try next. I'm not gonna try it again, and I wasn't as excited as I hoped I would be. Like I'm a lot more excited about Titan Violence stuff, so I'm probably not gonna be playing this deck again until it is a little bit more like tested and tried and true. I don't think I want to be spending too much mental energy on this deck for now. Like I'd rather spend that energy to tune like Titan Vial or even non-Titan Vial. But yeah, it was fun though. It was interesting for sure. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that follow and that like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.